Hello, welcome to the third round of the Newbie Rumble 4 tournament. In this round, we've got the winners bracket to kick things off. We've got the Sniper by jeoshy on the right versus the Polar Star by Huginn on the left. Let's have a quick look at the Polar Star. So this is the Polar Star with all its diff guns in all their glory. Direct input feed guns. You can see there's 20 in total. They have about a firing rate of 0.5 RPM, so once every 2 minutes or so. And not much else to say. Got the cool camo paint scheme. Lots of applique on the outside. This here's Polar Star. Over here we have the Sniper by jeoshy, which has two very powerful APS on the top. It tends to sit in reverse and keep its distance and snipe away at the enemy. So let's get this match going. In 3, 2, 1, fight. There's that diff gun going off. Could it make it? Making a small dent there. There's an extra volley. And just slightly missing. Polar Star taking consistent damage. You can see the sniper is just a dot in the distance. There go the torpedoes. See, there's the interceptors coming in to stop them. The sniper is on 100% while the Polar Star is down to 94. Sniping strategy seems to be working out quite well, and here comes a volley. And just missing. The sniper possibly having some sort of strafe projectile avoidance setup. You can see the Polar Star has got a steady stream of blocks being pulled off it. Turrets look like to be mostly functional, but you can see parts have been knocked off. Quite a bit of the detection has been destroyed as well, I think. Polar Star starting to look like it's in rough shape. Here goes the next volley. Can it make it? Ooh. So close. Possibly hitting an ammo case there. See, it's totally dug out the inside slightly. Can the Polar Star still fire? You can see the torpedoes going off again, but there's that wave of interceptors coming to meet them. Polar Star side looks like it's starting to sink, possibly. Oh, and it's managed to fire again. Making a couple of hits this time, but seemingly not knocking off too much. Bit of the detection. And it's quickly repaired by the sniper. Polar Star down to 74%. It sounds a bit unhealthy. You can see this top half has almost been completely knocked off, and yep, there goes the top two turrets down to 60% now. A large chunk of its health gone. So they got these back and front turrets, which I'm not sure if they're still functional. Looks like it's been pretty well Swiss cheesed. There they go, firing once more. And unfortunately missing. And missing again. And it's down to 55. And it's now 2 damaged. Looks like it possibly hit that ammo reserve back there, and it's done for. This first round will go to the sniper. And we will move on to round 2. Okay, we've got the sniper on the left and the polar star on the right. And 3, 2, 1, fight. So that first wave, making a few hits. And just missing there slightly. Similar to the last round, the sniper is quickly repairing the small amount of damage that it has taken. Well, there is a steady stream of blocks coming off of the polar star. You can see it all floating away. There's that next volley. Not quite reaching. Possibly detection is damaged, I'm not sure. Or the projectile avoidance on the sniper is working well. Not much to say while you wait for that long reload time. Oh, there we go. Can it make a connection? Not quite. It's flying a bit wide. And is possibly shooting itself there, I'm not really sure. See it firing those interceptors. The Polar Star down to 80%. It seems one of these turrets was knocked off, and this one is hanging on by a thread. Oh, and a big explosion there. Possibly an ammo storage container getting blown up there. Seems that the weapons controller on this turret here is gone. Another big hit. Another explosion. Polar Star is looking slightly worse for wear. Unable to make its weapons connect, unfortunately. Making a little hit there, but only taking off half a percentage. Minimal damage taken by the sniper. The Polar Star down to 67%, and it's upside down, which is never good for a ship. Seems the propulsion has stopped altogether. It's out of materials, unable to fight back, and I think very shortly the sniper will be declared the winner. Still managing to shoot somehow. Although I don't think it's going to go anywhere underwater. I don't think it had super cavitation on. The shells did tend to bounce off the water quite a lot. Yep, and this second round of this match will go to the sniper by jeoshy. The Polar Star now being 2 damaged. Well done, jeoshy. The sniper will move on in the winner's bracket, while the Polar Star will move down to the loser's bracket. In the second match of the winner's bracket, we have the Copper Serpent by airpnp on the left versus the FR Baneling FL by Takir on the right. Let's have a quick look at the Copper Serpent. So this is the Copper Serpent. It's got the 3 APS on the top, some missiles on the front and also the back. Not too much happening on the bottom, perhaps a decoy or two. You've got these stabilization fins and a nice little mast rigging thing on the top. Over here we have the Baneling by takir. I think the biggest chip in the tournament in terms of size. Got some detection turrets, got these 2 APS turrets there, another APS on the front, big fat decoy on the front, some torpedoes on the back, quite a lot of interceptors on the bottom, and yep, that's pretty much it. So let's get the match underway. In 3, 2, 1, fight. So the Baneling on the left and the Copper Serpent on the right have started firing at each other. Baneling immediately taking quite a bit of damage. Both opponents on similar amounts of health. You can see torpedoes being intercepted there. Very even match. See the Copper Serpent taking fairly significant EMP damage, and it seems like that front turret has been disabled. And the back turret is destroyed. Baneling's pulled ahead slightly in terms of health. No major noticeable damage, I would say. The Serpent is not faring quite so well. It seems that only one of the APS is still functional. You can see those missiles being decoyed quite effectively by the Baneling's decoys. The Copper Serpent apparently not having any decoys of its own, just taking the missiles head on. Set of missiles, and they're going straight for the decoy up in space. Baneling is a little bit low in the water, although that's not necessarily a problem. No major damage. Oh, no, that's not true. It's got quite a bit of a chunk taken out of it on the side there. And this middle compartment is seemingly destroyed. If there was anything in there, I'm not sure. Possibly empty. You see once again those missiles being decoyed. While the Copper Serpent just had its other turret cap knocked off. You can see once again those missiles returning to their people in space. And a large hit there. This is looking to be in the Baneling's favour quite a bit. The Copper Serpent that relied on its missiles seems to be effectively countered by those decoys. And once again, just before the missiles were able to connect, they got decoyed away. Copper Serpent looking quite a bit worse for wear. That front APS doesn't appear to be firing any longer. It seems completely reliant on its missile systems, which are unfortunately effectively countered. Baneling sitting at a comfortable 99.5%, able to repair after the initial damage taken in the initial volley. And another set of torpedoes incoming. Not sure if the Copper Serpent has any anti-torpedoes technologies. Possibly not. Oh, no, it does, to some extent. I think maybe these are the interceptors on the front. Baneling now fully repaired, while the Copper Serpent is down to 85%. Looking to be another long drawn out match. Those missiles possibly connecting? Nope. Getting once again decoyed. Copper Serpent looking in worse for wear. That final APS looks to be destroyed. The missiles on the back having taken some damage. I'm not sure if they're still functional. Yep, they're still firing. But not going towards the ship. Once again, you can see those missiles being decoyed away. Baneling is almost completely out of materials, and the Copper Serpent is not too far behind. The Copper Serpent may have a chance to do a bit of damage to the Baneling once it finally runs out of materials and is no longer able to field those decoy missiles that it's been using for the match. That is, if its weapon systems are still functional. Though it's going to have very little amount of time to do it in. And the baneling is completely out of materials. Copper Serpent down to 1200 materials now. Entering the last minute and a half of this match. Baneling rolling over on its side. Hopefully not sinking, because if it does, that would disqualify it. Though it doesn't appear to be relying on up props, so it should probably be okay, I think. Even though it is upside down now. And the Copper Serpent is out of materials also. Still firing away though. However, the propulsion is stopped. As is the banelings. So the Copper Serpent is no longer fighting back. This is a victory for the baneling. Completely out of materials. You can see the missile system is still mostly intact by the look of it. This first round will go to the baneling, which is somehow still firing. I guess it must have ammo in its clips still. Seagull underwater for some reason. Okay. And we'll move on to round 2. Copper Serpent on the right, the baneling on the left, and 3, 2, 1, fight. Copper Serpent getting some early hits in. Not sure how long that will last though. You can see those missiles well and truly decoyed. APS all remaining functional for the moment. It's taking the lead from the baneling just slightly. However, those the baneling having its 2 back APSs knocked off, which means the match is going quite a bit differently than last round. Baneling down to 87%. Copper Serpent sitting on a comfortable 99. However, that remaining APS is still doing some good work. The explosions are impressive, they don't seem to be doing a whole lot. Baneling is taking a consistent amount of damage from those 3 APS that have managed to survive so far. this match looking to be in the Copper Serpent's favour. Baneling not having much firepower with those missing missiles, missing APS turrets. Seems like the Copper Serpent has some sort of hollow point rounds that are just chunking off parts of the Baneling. Oh, and there goes that last APS. So it seems that when the turrets can survive, they can do quite a lot of damage. Baneling potentially getting some lucky hits in that last round, which has just managed to disable them in short order. This round, not quite as lucky. Seems like the decoy is possibly no longer functional either, so it might mean that it opens up the Copper Serpent's ability to barrage it with missiles. Although the missiles are still going haywire. Seems to be firing into the water quite a lot. Intercepting those torpedoes. See the rounds, despite traveling through the water, still making it. Ooh, doing some good damage. Baneling is disabled, well and truly. Propulsion is no longer functional. It's flipping over. Torpedoes on the back still possibly functioning. And this round looks like it will soon be claimed by the Copper Serpent. Down to 57%. It is now 2 damaged, and this round will go to the Copper Serpent, and we will move on to a round 3. Okay, this round will be the decider, with the Copper Serpent on the right, the Baneling on the left, and 3, 2, 1, fight. Always just a little bit slow to start off. So far, APSs are doing okay. Baneling similarly not taking anything too significantly badly damaged. Just a case of who can pop whose turrets first. Once again, the Copper Serpent is pulling on ahead slightly in the damage dealt category. Possibly seeing some large damage taken by the Baneling there, I'm not sure. To 95. You can see that those rounds fired by the Copper Serpent are quite damaging. Not sure what the payload is, but it seems to get through the armor quite well, possibly Hesh. The Baneling down to 94% now. Its APS still functional. As you can see, it's starting to open up some holes. You can see those air pockets are being exposed. Copper Serpent's APS still completely functional. Oh, the back APS being knocked off, which is not good. Baneling still functional. That front APS not seeming to be firing anymore. Not sure if it was possibly damaged. Oh, and a big hit there. Baneling only down to 2k resources, so the resource stores must have been hit. It's an ammunition compartment. Copper Serpent still with 2 functional APS. Baneling running really low on resources. I missed it, but it must have been one of those slowdowns happened. Its ammunition compartment must have been destroyed. I believe in the back here will be a great big gap where the ammo used to be. Both contestants on very similar amounts of health. See those missiles starting to get through. The decoy system being damaged or destroyed, or possibly just being out of ammo. And the Copper Serpent's missiles going to work. So it would seem the Copper Serpent got a lucky hit on the ammo storage. Copper Serpent's APS both gone, and for some reason it's running away. Missile systems, however, still functional. Very odd match. Baneling's remaining APS still able to fire. It's starting to sit quite low in the water and sink a bit. The propulsion is offline. The Baneling is out of materials. Starting to list over in the water. Unfortunately unable to aim at the opponent when it's upside down like this. Oh, no, it's coming back around. Copper Serpent still running away. Really wants to keep its distance. Baneling down to 81%. Missiles, not sure if they're possibly heat-seeking. Either way, there'd be very little radar profile with it so far under the water. Still firing away with its APS, for what it's worth. Possibly finally run out of ammo and those APS no longer firing. huge hole in the middle here, possibly where the ammo was. Another big gap in the front, possibly just an air pocket though. Oh, and it must have been below 80% and sinking. And round 3 will go to the Copper Serpent. Well done, airpnp. Your craft will move on in the winner's bracket, while the Baneling will now move down to the loser's bracket. In this first match of the loser's bracket, we have the FSV-6 Marshal by Eternaldoom on the left versus the Crusader-class battlecruiser by Pixel on the right. So this is the FSV-6 Marshal. It is a pack vehicle. You can see the 2 pack turrets, the simple weapons on the sides that act as anti-munitions, fairly sleek design, nice blue color. Over here we have the Crusader-class battlecruiser by Pixel. It's got 2 big fat APS on the top and just an absolute ton of missiles. And not much else. And let's get the match going. In 3, 2, 1, fight. See those packs firing, doing minimal damage at this range. See the missiles coming in. Doing quite good damage. Although only taking off about 1.5% or so. And another missile barrage coming in. Crusader-class battlecruiser taking significant damage. That back APS being knocked completely off and exposing the insides there. The Marshal also taking not insignificant damage, seemingly not having much of a defense against missiles. Once again, that pack firing, doing a decent amount of damage there. And those missiles coming in. The right hand side taking quite a hammering. And I expect those packs will be firing again soon. See if we can catch the action. Oh, targeting the missile systems this time, but apparently not doing anything too significant. Taking off some of the armor. Those missiles just continuously pecking away. The Crusader class moving quite slowly in the water now. Down to 82%. The Eternaldoom getting quite dangerously close now with those packs. APS managing to make a few hits here and there. Oh, a nice hit from the packs there. Apparently knocking out that APS. And it has been AI deaded. So this first round will go to the FSV-6 Marshal. And we'll move on to round 2 of this match. Got the Marshal on the left and the Crusader class battlecruiser on the right. And 3, 2, 1, fight. There's that pack going off, but from such a long distance, fairly minimal damage. See that missile barrage coming in. knocking off quite a bit there, quite a bit of armor. Pack's still in good shape, however. There's that pack shot, which seems to have largely missed. Marshall taking quite a bit more damage this time around in shorter order. See if those pack turrets can do a bit more damage this time. Yep, and they do. They knock off that back APS, taking the Crusader class down to 86%. Simple weapons not seemingly unable to destroy any of the missiles. There's not quite enough firepower behind them. Once again, another big hit there. Still alive and kicking though, down to 84%. However, it would seem that its material reserves were destroyed as it no longer has any materials, which means that its propulsion is knocked out and it's starting to flip over. The only remaining functional weapon is the APS. It must still have some ammo in its clips. However, it's going to be difficult to aim when it's upside down. Another big hit from the packs there. Delivering deadly blow there, knocking off that final APS, and it is below 80% and sinking. This match will go to Eternaldoom's Marshal. Well done. And unfortunately that means that the Crusader class battlecruiser is eliminated from the tournament. In this match, we have the Cram God by Jardog123 on the left versus the Totally Normal Barge by Johno on the right. So let's have a quick look over here. So this is the Cram God, which is essentially a floating enormous cram cannon. Its only weapon is this giant cram cannon, which if it hits you will do huge amounts of explosive damage. Over here we've got the Totally Normal Barge, which if you've watched the past matches, is anything but a normal barge with its hidden weaponry in there, which folds out and does devastating damage. It's interesting to see who can win this. It could be anyone's game. If those cram shots can connect, could take out the barge in short order, and vice versa. Without further wait, let's get this match underway. In 3, 2, 1, fight. There's that initial cram shot, which will often miss. Going quite wide. The barge moving into range. Will the cram cannon get another opportunity to fire? We will see. Oh, making a solid hit there. Barge is really close. About as close as you can get. And doing no damage. Apparently something important was destroyed and the packs are not firing. This is looking like it's going to be a win for the barge for this round. And that detection turret is gone. The barge folding up its guns, coming around again. And it seems to be diving into the ocean, maybe. This time the packs fire, taking up a large chunk. However, the cram turret appears to still be functional, and the barge is going for a swim. Not sure if it'll be able to recover. Maybe it can. It's got a limited amount of time to do so, however. Seems to be resurfacing. Oh, taking a large hit from the cram cannon then. It's below 80% and sinking. The AI is dead. This first round will go to the Cram God by Jardog. And we will set up for the next round. Okay, we've got the Cram God on the left, the barge on the right, totally normal barge on the right. And 3, 2, 1, fight. There's that first cram shot that always seems to miss. Can it make a hit? Not quite. Barge is coming in for its initial attack. Will it manage to attack before the Cram God gets another shot off? There's that shot. Oh, just missing. Possibly able to fire this time, I'm not sure. And it doesn't seem to want to fire when it's so close. This is not a good position for the barge to be in. That cram cannon is staring right at it. Oh, big shot there. Cannons have been knocked cleanly off, and there is just a huge gap where they used to be. I don't think the barge has any weapons remaining, unfortunately. Cram volley missing there, but barge seemingly having no weapons left. And the barge is just... oh, huge hit there. Barge is down to 60% and possibly going for a swim again. Below 80% and sinking. Ooh, another huge hit there. And this second round goes to the Cram God. Well done, Jardog. You will continue to move on. Unfortunately, the totally normal barge was eliminated from the tournament. In this match, we have Ugly Ship by The Boat versus A Fine Slice of American Cheddar by Awesomeness 371. Let's have a look at them. So this is Ugly Ship by The Boat with its rail-assisted APS on the front and big fat missiles on the back. And this is the Fine Slice of American Cheddar, which is an absolute ton of casemates on this Star Destroyer looking type craft. Let's get the match underway in 3, 2, 1, fight. There's that initial volley. Not quite connecting. Next volley. Also missing. The boat doing its wibble wobble. Ever so get close. It's getting closer. Just means the casemates will have an easier time of potentially hitting. And making some connections there. See, the missiles are It's damaging itself with those missiles, I think, which is not great. And those casemates are doing their work. And it seems like the APS is gone. So we can get a look at the rounds hitting. Yes. Seems that the ugly ship's weaponry is largely been disabled. The slice of cheddar having quite effective rounds. I think possibly Hesh seemed to go right through the armor. The ugly ship is down to 85%. Here come the missiles, and they got destroyed. Very nice. You can see parts of the APS just being bonked off by those Hesh rounds, presumably. Or heat, I'm not sure. The internals are getting absolutely shredded. Although you can't see a lot of damage on the outside, the inside will be a different story. And it now appears to be dead in the water. Oh, sorry, AI dead. Yeah, and this first round goes to the fine slice of American cheddar. And let's get set up for the next round. So we've got the cheddar on the left and the ugly ship on the right. In 3, 2, 1, fight. Ugly boat moving in close. That rapid fire cannon taking some damage there. See those missiles just like driving into itself. Not the best design. Getting decoyed and exploding right next to it. Those Hesh rounds just shredding the internals, motor being damaged, engine rather. Torpedoes away, can they make it this time? Yes, and they do significant damage, destroying the left side of the American ship. American cheddar down to 91%, while the ugly ship is on 96%, while those weapons are still functional. The all-important APS is still firing away. And here comes the next torpedo barrage. And getting destroyed. Boat sitting on a comfortable 99%. torpedoes going. Seems like part of the rail launchers were knocked off, and yep, the APS is totally disabled now. This may be the slice of cheddar's chance to catch up. Both opponents having more than enough materials remaining. Seems like the only functional weapon of the boat is now the torpedoes. May take some time for the fine slice of cheddar to catch up on damage, however, as the ugly ship is still on 97%. Chewing through its materials, however. Down to 5,000 remaining. You can hear the fuel engine backfiring. Oh, and you can see that APS getting shredded by the Hesh rounds. Torpedoes are away. Don't know why they're going down here. Boat seemingly now dead in the water. No, it's still moving. Both opponents on 90% now. The American slice of cheddar has caught up on damage, while the ugly ship is now out of materials. American cheddar is almost out of materials as well. It's going to be just barely pulling ahead in terms of health. But that gap is widening. Boat being disabled, sorry, the ugly ship being disabled is now a sitting duck. See, the APS is gone. Both opponents completely out of materials. And I don't think they're firing at each other anymore. Neither is sinking. Although neither is doing any damage either. So I guess that will conclude this round. I will rule in favour of the American slice of cheddar, who is just barely ahead on percentage. So well done, awesomeness. Your craft will move on in the losers bracket. Unfortunately, the ugly ship by the boat is eliminated from the tournament. In this final match of the losers bracket, we have the Hibernia class destroyer by Yetiyonga on the right versus the reckless abandon by blucinder on the left. So this is the reckless abandon. It has 2 APS on the top, some side-mounted crams, some interceptors on the sides, and a lot of props. Over here we have the Hibernia class destroyer by Yetiyonga. It has these missile turrets on the top, missiles on the front, more missiles on the back, and these APSs on the top. Let's get the party underway. In 3, 2, 1, fight. See those cram volley? Looks like it's going to go wide. Reckless abandon being pummeled by those APS and an absolute ton of missiles. Getting it down to 96%. Yetiyonga also getting pummeled by missiles. Ooh, big hits there. See all these torpedoes coming in. Making short work of this abandoned's armor. Another huge barrage of missiles. Down to 69%. Dead in the water. Its APSs are destroyed. Rams are missing. And that last APS is offline now. Down to 60%. This first round looking to be in Hibernia class destroyers in favour. And there's 2 damaged. This first round goes to the Hibernia class destroyer. And we'll move on to round 2. We've got the Hibernia class destroyer on their left, on the right, and the reckless abandon on the left. And 3, 2, 1, fight. You can see that large missile barrage coming in. Seems the reckless abandon's weapon system is largely ineffective. Big damage there from the EMPs. See, it's like knocking out all the internals. So that makes a large swarm of missiles coming in. Down to 88%. There's that front APS being locked off. Torpedo swarm coming in. class destroyer. Well done, Yetiyonga. Your craft will move on in the losers bracket. Unfortunately, that will be the last we'll see of the Reckless Abandon, as it is now eliminated from the tournament. And I'll see you all next round.